Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Matt Richards. I'm with BZBTV. Just a quick little intro here. We are getting all set up. My partner Joel Cruz here will be joining me pretty soon, but we've got some exciting stuff going on today. We've got a live call in from one of our trade shows that's happening. So that's what you're in for today. On top of that, not only are we having that, but we are having a quick little game today. I'm just going to mention it a little bit more. We'll talk about it definitely more down the line here. But we're doing a little bit of a mock Easter egg hunt, so to speak, here pretty soon. I have a little bit of a legend that's going on with it, so I'll go ahead and put that up, show you what you guys are looking for, and you guys might actually go ahead and win something here pretty soon. Let me go ahead and check with my partner in crime here, see if he's ready. And if he is ready, we will go ahead and get this show on the road. All right, just sent the message. So, really quick, I just want to hear from you guys. How was your weekend? Those of you that are in chat, have you guys had a pretty good weekend? Was it a good Easter weekend if you practice? For me, I think I had a pretty good weekend. We got a brand new grill in that I had assembled over this last week. So that was a little bit of an effort, but Joel is ready to go. So I'll add him and we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about our Easter weekends. Hey, Joel, how you doing?
Hey, I am good. Yes, like you said, happy Easter. A few days late, but hope you guys enjoyed with your family and loved ones Easter weekend. I know a lot of people gave stuff up, during Lent season. So rejoice, everyone. Hope you guys learned a little bit about the sacrifice you guys made, and it made you guys a better person. So with myself, I gave up with my kids. We gave up video games. Mobile game, PlayStation, whatever it is, they like to be on their phones and Nintendo Switch. So we've been doing that the last, I think, 2-3 years now. And I remember when I first brought it up the first time, they were so in tune with their iPads that I thought they would, cry and throw a fit. But, I let them know, hey, this is what Lent season is about. Would you guys like to partake? And they're on board from the get-go. So it wasn't too hard to take away their, gaming for for the month. So we all enjoyed and celebrated Easter. Went out, eat, Easter egg hunts. And like you mentioned, we will have our own Easter egg hunt.
Yes, we will. Yes, sir.
Here. So that should be fun today.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of, since we were talking about Easter a little bit, kind of had some photos that I wanted to grab here that I might show off. Just a little bit of the fruits of the labor, so to speak.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Go ahead and open up a window here. Let's see. Sorry, I should have downloaded these ahead of time, but we're downloading them now. But
Grill Master.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Joel is already seeing what I'm talking about, so I definitely have to show it to the audience at this point. But
have you? I think I asked you before. Have you heard of a Traeger? What a Traeger is? It's like like an electrical grill.
No, I haven't.
So you plug it in and then you put wood chips. It's a slower cook, but you get that smoky taste. Oh man, and look at this.
Yeah, so that's the little fruits of the labor from this weekend. It's got some lamb on the right, some filet mignon on the left, and some skewers for the veggies. So it was pretty good eating. It was definitely a fun time.
The only thing missing from that photo.
What?
Is myself.
Joel, if you're ever in Texas, I'll make sure to have you out.
Matt.
We can make some arrangements, but you know what? We haven't included our friend yet here, so let's go ahead and get him in here. Flo, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic.
Saw some of those pictures there with the grill and what you're cooking up. Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it wasn't all vegan, but
It's all right. It's all right.
I think we
Who's
could
vegan?
at
Who's
least
vegan?
had you do
Flo,
the skewers.
how has that vegan adventure been going for you? I know you're in Chicago or Atlanta currently. Was it easy to get around and pick the type of foods that you can dive into?
It's definitely a challenge. I know. I knew coming here to, well, Atlanta. I'm here in Atlanta now, or actually Duluth, which is one of the suburbs out here. But and then going to Chicago, I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm keeping strong. I'm picking here and there. I Chris and I, he's actually here. He's in the other auditorium. Uh, Unfortunately, the show's actually ending, so he's doing some cleanup. But there was a place that I went to, excuse the name, but it's called Slutty Vegan, and it was really good food. So I had a that is the name of the franchise, and yeah,
Squeeze
You know, with a name like that, you got to be confident in your food.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. So I had this Philly cheesesteak that was made with plant-based meat, and it was delicious. I scarfed it. It demolished it. Felt good. It was good. It was
Yeah,
yummy.
that sounds good, man. I haven't had a
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteak in a while.
But
So
yeah, I'm moving along. So we'll see what's next on the menu tomorrow or tonight. I mean,
yeah, so you said you were in Georgia, right? You're there because golf, right? I mean, that's the entire reason you were there was golf.
yeah, I came here just to golf. I wish. Yeah, I wish I had more time to actually go and play. And unfortunately, even today, actually here today, it's raining right now. So even if I did have the time, I wouldn't be able to play. Well, I wouldn't want to be playing out in the rain, but yeah, Augusta, Georgia's an hour and a half. I would love to go visit that course, but I'm not a member, so.
Yeah,
But they do have some.
I was actually just gonna ask that because we know that Flo is a big golf guy himself, and with the Masters just happening over just past weekend as well, right? Over Easter weekend, I believe. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was I was gonna ask if you had some time to sneak away. I know the golf course, the Masters is played in. Where did you say in Georgia, right?
Augusta, Georgia. Yeah.
Okay, and you said it's about an hour and a half from where you are, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking. I was tempted. I was looking at Google Maps and like I could go maybe visit the shop.
I don't blame you, brother, but we do have a comment from Nate Walensky. He says, our team from Guardsman is already in Las Vegas. We will be there soon, brother. We will be there soon. We're looking forward to it. And I think that kind of touches on the real reason why Flo is in Georgia. It's not really golf as much as he wishes it was. So Flo, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you were in Georgia?
So I'm here at the CLF Expo. And what is CLF? For those that are new, CLF is a Christian Leaders Fellowship, and it's a worldwide church basically uniting and a lot of Christians and basically spreading the word of God, message of Jesus Christ. And since its inception of 2017, there's been over 500,000 pastors and church leaders that would unite and gather from 40 different countries under the CLF banner. And we were fortunate enough to be invited at the CLF Expo because as far as the Christian community and this ministry expo, they're all looking for solutions to be able to send out the word of God and just spread the gospel. And one of our main target audiences are houses of worship. We've got great solutions for houses of worship, and we are just here educating pastors and church leaders about our wonderful products that are able to help them broadcast and also spread their gospel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know this because we've talked about it before, but I've done some work for churches as far as video production is concerned, and
Yeah,
that was a big thing that the church was relying on me for with the whole pandemic. Was like, okay, how does this look now? Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, what kind of equipment do we need? So I had a whole lot of questions going my way of like, hey, are our cameras okay? Do we need to get new cameras? How do we set this up? Hey, we weren't doing this before, but now we're having people come back into the church, and the cameras might be a little bit in the way. So how do we fix this issue? So, I mean, there's so many questions regarding that. So definitely a very important conference, I would say, if you are in the House of Worship game. And um, I think we have some pretty fantastic products that can kind of help out in the House of Worship game as well. So I have a little bit of some questions to ask you about your time there. I'm sure Joel does, but I'll let Joel take the wheel here for a minute.
Okay, yeah. Actually, before we get more into CLF and the live show, I totally want to hear what how Flo's experience has been. I know this is the last day there, so must have been a successful show. Like Matt mentioned at the beginning of the program, we are having a type of kind of Easter just passed, so a virtual egg hunt / scavenger hunt type of thing. So yeah, if you viewers out there, if you guys want to participate, you guys could win a bunch of swag today. And the name of the game is Where in the World is BZBGEAR? So basically, just like Where's Waldo, we're gonna play Where's BZBGEAR. So throughout myself and as well as Flo and Matt on their screens, whatever BZBGEAR logos that you find, count them up, and by the end of the show, we will collect numbers and see who comes closest to the total amount of BZBGEAR logos. So Matt, if you could put it up, yes, this is what you will be looking for. It's our logo in any of these variations. It could be our BZB TV with just the Z logo, or our whole logo with the text and tagline. So yeah, so I guess I'll give you an easy one. Is like, say for instance, if we happen to be wearing a BZBGEAR branded attire, that can be included as one count as towards your total count for the logo. So oh, and just one disclaimer.
I think that's a little bit more than a freebie, to be honest.
Video wall looping behind me, but disregard those logos that you see on the program, on the video wall screen. However, if you happen to see a logo physically on any of our TV screens, that will count. All right, so physical logos that you see, but anything on the program looping around, disregard that, please.
Anything you could touch, that counts.
Yes, that you could touch and take off, say like a sticker somewhere behind me, that is full game.
All right, good to know. So I'm going to go ahead and take down the legend. I think you guys have had ample time to see what you're looking for. Let's go ahead and keep this show rolling, so to speak. So, Joel, I think you said you had a few questions for Flo. So where do you want to start this off?
Yeah, let's just start with our experience. Like, I want to tell I'm sure the viewers want to know how the show is in general. You know, the different types of, because I know not just tech companies were at this CLF show, but you know, obviously we are Pro AV and Broadcasting, so we are grouped in the tech, area. But for now, let's stick with our gear and our booth. So can you tell us a little, Flo, on our experience? You know, your experience, you and Chris there. I know he presented. He had to go up on stage. I don't know if he had stage fright or if he did well. So if you have anything to share about that, yeah, just on your whole experience, the types of equipment that we brought, and how the reception of the how people took our presence there.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Chris, he did a great job. He went up on stage. He does not have stage fright. He's fine. He did great. He did great. And most of it was him educating the audience on how simple it is to set up a broadcast type setup for a house of worship. As you guys were talking about earlier, or Matt was talking about earlier, you know, he was doing this for a church that he worked with, setting up cameras, and we brought equipment that you would use, multiple camera setup. We brought a production switcher, our HDVS. We also brought a couple of our Commander and our commander junior, and integrated all of that and just educated a lot of the church leaders and pastors that visited our booth. And it was very busy on the very first day, actually. Things have died down, especially today. I think it kind of ended a bit early, but the very first day, our booth was crowded. There were so many people clamoring, and at one point, I was talking to about 6 people, and they were all listening. We had our setup on the table. Um, Again, it was a multi-camera setup, and just letting the pastors and anyone that feels it's daunting to set up our cameras and network them, we just advise them that, hey, we work with our clients, and whoever is purchasing our products, we have all the resources on our website. We've got blogs, we've got BZB TV, where we host tutorials. Excuse me, I can't talk. And how to basically how to install these different devices together and make sure that they are working and talking and communicating, and just basically that was it. We want to let them we want to let people know that it's actually not that hard. It's very simple, and we provide the resources at BZBGEAR on our website, our other channels, and all of our team members, even Joel and Matthew, they're very versed with our equipment. And we do spend a lot of time training ourselves and using our own equipment. And that way we could pass it on to people that are very interested in these types of devices.
Flo, just to interject on what you just mentioned about our equipment being user friendly, and you are spot on. We want to stress that our equipment, because we know a lot of volunteers for churches for their live stream setups or whatnot are actually just that. They're just volunteers, so they're not the tech savviest people. We had a user experience done actually by Church Production magazines, where they sent one of the Commander Pro joysticks, not the Commander Pro, but one of the Commander joysticks, along with a camera and a network switch. We let them use it. He said he's not the most tech savviest person, but just setup was so easy for him to get everything running in order to control the cameras and get the angles that he wanted. So I mean, just to stress that fact that having a live stream setup for your house of worship is easy. It's easier to achieve than it was before, just because accessibility, the availability, the demand, and the cost. The costs aren't so high anymore. So it's a lot. It's a lot more reasonable to have a nice production, good quality live stream setup for your church or house of worship. And everyone can benefit from that.
Like for me specifically, I mean, I remember when I was working at the church, there was times when we relied a lot on volunteers, and so part of that is I have to train the volunteers. So I have to tell them, hey, if I tell you like pan, this is what that means. If I tell you tilt, this is what this means. Those kinds of things. But sometimes I can't be there because I get sick, or sometimes the volunteers call out and they're sick. So sometimes you have to do a little bit of training on the fly. So I remember one case, we were down both of our volunteers for that morning, and so I was working with just one person who had never ran a camera before, and her name was Elizabeth. She was our operations manager at the church, so she already had her hands full with other stuff, but it was just kind of quick on the fly thing where it's, hey, this is how you run the camera. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Just listen to me in the headset, and you're good to go. And so sometimes it can be like that. So having a solution that's very simple, especially if your director or your videographer, or whatever you want to call them, your technical director, is not there, they can just have maybe a little booklet that has it. Hey, these are the 5 easy steps that you need to know in order to get the live stream running on Sunday. Or, hey, this is the website, quote unquote, BZB TV on YouTube, if you need a more visual representation. So those kind of things are very, very helpful.
Yeah, we believe it is. And that's also one of the things that we were telling all these church leaders that were visiting us, and it was funny that you mentioned that they still feel like it's very daunting, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to pass this on to my tech guy, and he'll handle it. We'll give
Mhm.
you guys a call, all right? But yeah, a lot of them still they don't feel so confident, and maybe it's not even their job. But we want to just let them know that, hey, we have the resources. What separates BZB Gear from other companies is our, not just our tech support, but our entire team has got proficient knowledge with our products. We've put our hands on it and connected it ourselves, and even doing these live streams is good practice for us. But we are using our own equipment, and we're versed with it, and our entire team is. It's we don't have a person that has not been trained on our products. So we do, as a company, I feel we do a very good job in educating ourselves with our products and training ourselves, and that way we could pass it on.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
and just one more thing to mention is the resources that you just mentioned, Flo, is uh, our YouTube. Matt said BZB TV, our
Hmm.
YouTube tech channel.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time, curating and producing videos like demos and how tos. I mean, we get feedback from our tech support team on a lot of questions, like the most frequently asked questions that they get on setup or products or whatnot, and then we use that feedback to create these videos. So uh, if you could simply, just like Flo said, you could call our team. We're always there 7 days a week to support the clients. But in the off hours or on your own time, you could easily go to our YouTube channel, and we have step-by-step videos exactly like what we would tell you on the phone.
Hmm.
Is exactly what we show in the video. So I mean,
Yeah.
we
And,
walk you along easily. You could follow at your own time, step by step.
yep.
Rewind it. Fast forward, whatever. So we just trying to make everything as easy as possible on the end user when it comes to setting up, incorporating BCB products into your projects.
Yeah, and speaking of, were there any products of ours out of the products that we brought? Were there any that kind of stood out to a lot of the people at CLF that you saw that visited the booth?
Well, so as far as the cameras definitely grabbed a lot of attention. Our Commander Junior grabbed a lot of attention. We had our auto tracking set up as well, and creating scenarios like, okay, you might be having your Sunday service, and so you can use the auto tracking. So as far as the feature, I think out of all the products that we have brought, to answer your question, Matt, I believe it was the Adamo 4K that stood out the most. People love the auto tracking. And for someone that works in a house of worship, they see a lot of value in that. And I think that's
Hmm.
why I believe it was probably the most popular out of all our products.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that because I mean, having the ability to have a higher resolution is always nice. I know, like for us, it wasn't always just about the streaming end. Like, yeah, there is some of it where it's like you're concerned, hey, am I really going to stream at 4K? Probably not. But what you can do is you can take the 4K down resolution it to like 1080p or 720p, and you're going to have a much cleaner image going through that resolution coming from the 4K image. On top of that, you can also record in 4K, and there were a lot of events that we did where we were recording the events on cameras. So it's not just always about the live stream, but you did mention the Adamo Junior, and the Adamo Junior I think is a really good middle ground for people that want the feature set of the Adamo 4K, but they don't need the 4K, right? I mean, there are plenty of churches where they say, hey, you know what, 1080p is fine. That's more than enough. Even if we do want to record, we're still not going to record above 1080p, and so having that feature set, the same exact feature set, same exact zoom ranges,
Mhm.
everything that you love about the Adamo, you have right there.
And then just one more thing on the Commander Junior. You said a lot of people gravitated to that, and just like to Matt's point of Adamo Junior being the perfect complement to the 4K. Not everyone needs 4K quality resolutions. The Commander Junior, it's perfect because it's a similar effect. It's a smaller form factor as our BG Commander, but it it's just it's smaller form factor, and it's easier to set up. Say you don't have a lot of space, for your setup, for your live stream setup at the house of worship, at church. So this is a perfect, smaller, more mobile joystick controller. And yeah, I think maybe that's why people gravitated to that. It's just it's a smaller, it's a easier, maybe they feel like it's an easier version to use of our joystick.
Yeah, and speaking of houses of worship, by the way, Flo, it sounds like there's a little bit of worship going on in the background over there.
There
Yeah.
is. So let me just take my camera here. It's a little shaky, but there is a hall across from me. It's right there, and there's some worship going on right now. And
It's fantastic.
the show's not quite over. The expo portion of it, where we are exhibiting, is closed, but there are still events going on here at the CLF, and there's even an upstairs area. But there are other halls that have many other events going on. So it's not quite over. I think they're going to have another performance tonight, but we most likely will not be here anymore. But yeah, they're
Well,
you can hear it.
I don't know if you knew this, guys. For those of you that are tuning in, but Flo and Chris they're not done. They've got quite the schedule ahead of them. I know Flo is going to Chicago next week. We'll be in Las Vegas. We'll talk a little bit more about this later on, but these guys do not stop working. So 110%, they're always giving their best. But sorry to cut you off, Joel. What were you going to say?
Not to put you on the spot or anything, since we are hearing some, church hymns in the back, some worshiping. When is the last time you went to church?
The last time I went to church, I shot a wedding recently at a church. No, I did not.
Nice.
No, I did not. I did not. I'm kidding. Man, you guys are putting me in the spot.
It's okay, Flo. Myself, I'm Catholic, and I feel a little bad that since I moved, away out of my parents' place, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to go every Sunday. How
about we talk about golf?
Yeah.
Or actually, I want to know what your kids think about you taking all their toys.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I hope they're not watching. Well, some are mine, but most of them are theirs. The ones that are mine actually don't ever leave the boxes. I like, try to hold their value, the collectibles. But since we're on the subject,
the need for speed car has to be yours, Joel.
Oh, what happened?
The need for speed car just has to be yours. 110%.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. The Highline, baby. Did you like my? Oh, see, so the Roadrunner, he's always trying to catch the Coyote's always trying to catch the Roadrunner. So today he's gonna try the Skyline to see if that works.
I think that might be a winning opportunity for him.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, Matt, can you yes, full shot me one just full screen my shot.
Gotcha.
Just to let the viewers at home get a closer look, an easier look for the counts. We'll do it maybe one more time towards the end of the show, but just keep it on here for maybe another 10 seconds, just to get people to zoom in and look at their own time. But we do have here and BZB TV logos around the tabletop here. I tried to make it a little more difficult, like Where's Waldo, but I didn't want it to be too too difficult. So
where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. I was just watching that the other week. Do you remember that TV? Okay, do you remember the game show Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Not the cartoon, but the game show. Any of you guys?
Dude,
Hello?
I remember it from being an old computer game, man. I don't think I ever watched the show.
Okay, so it was in the 90s. I was randomly singing it in front of my kids. I was getting them ready for school. I started singing it, and they didn't know what I was talking about. So I YouTubed it, and I showed them. the theme song. So the game was really cool. It was you got a bunch of like 3 contestants. They answer like geography questions throughout the show, and then the final round is one kid will have like 45 seconds to they have a whole map too. So it's one of the continents, right? It could be North America, South America, Europe, whatever. Then once they get that down, they have 45 seconds to find, I think it's like 7 countries. Mm-hmm. So they have markers. They have to run from one side, go to the map. The map is a huge map on the ground. They have to run to locations and put the marker there. If they get it right, it's sirens. They get it wrong, they have to keep going. It was so hard. I don't think I've ever seen, when I watched it live, I've never seen anyone actually win it. It was so hard. And then the grand prize is you can go anywhere, I think in the world or anywhere in the 50 states in North America.
Hey man, sign me up for that prize.
What was that?
I said, sign me up for that prize.
Yeah, no, it's so funny because I thought it was. I mean, when I watched it with my kids, the YouTube, obviously the episode was of a winner. So when the guy, he won, and then he told the guy where does he want to go, he revealed it was Arizona. Originally, I thought you could pick anywhere in the world, and then I was here kind of yelling at the kid like, why are you gonna pick Arizona? Go to Italy. Or go somewhere. But
Flo would choose to go to like the PGA golf tour, or,
I'm going to. Oh man, but no, yeah. The rules are it has to be within the 50 states. So that's why he chose Arizona. So sorry, kid, for yelling at you. But okay, yeah. So I think the viewers got enough chances. Maybe one more time towards the end of the show, we'll do one more zoom in of the shot. But yeah, hope you guys are keeping count. We will have a winner at the end of the show today.
Well, Flo, I have one more question for you. And that wraps up my questions about CLF.
Sure.
But were there anything that you saw, or what was a really cool trend that you saw? Something that churches were really looking for, maybe not necessarily from us, but just something that they mentioned that they saw, coming around, or a need that they needed met that isn't being met?
Good question. I feel that a lot of the pastors and even people that work in church and people that just stop by a booth, they are still. I feel that they haven't really seen what's going on with a lot of the live streaming here, and I know they've seen it, but I just feel like they weren't up to date with all the technology. And when they stop by our booth, it's so different from like an NAB or an Infocom, to where like, wow, that's so cool. I'm so like that your auto tracking camera is doing that. Like, I could really use that at my church, and it kind of just opened my eyes that hey, not that many people are really up to date with all the modern technology. And so for me, I was just very surprised that they were, to them it felt like it was just the first time seeing something like this, where us, we see it almost every day. We've been out hyping it up for the past couple of years, but for them, some of them, it was still very new technology to them to be able to connect a camera where you don't need a power supply. You can just use your cat cable, and they're just astonished because like, wow, we could really use something like this for our church or for what it may be that they're doing. Some of them were talking about renting out a gym because they do their service there. But yeah, they were just really excited to see that we have these type of solutions. So yeah, for me, it was just a shock that they weren't really up to date with the technology that we're offering.
Yeah, and I think that kind of harkens back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier. A lot of times these churches are really relying on their technical directors or their videographers, people that maybe aren't even themselves really big tech guys, but they just know more than whoever else is in the congregation, right? So sometimes they're not always plugged into these things. So that's one of the major reasons why something like CLF is really impactful in the house of worship market, because people that aren't necessarily in the know aren't always going to NAB, keeping up with industry trends. maybe aren't camera guys themselves. They finally get some exposure to some of the technology that's out there that can really help them
Mhm.
bring their message and ultimately their production value to the next level and to the next person that they're trying to reach.
100%.
Joel, what do you got? You got anything else for Flo?
Just I guess one last question before we get to the future and our next live stream. We have we have an announcement to make to you guys on our for our next episode. But I guess just what other did you notice? I don't know if you had time to walk around during your busy schedule at the show, but did you see what other type of tech did you see at the at CLF? Obviously we do Pro EV and broadcasting. Was it pretty much the same solutions from the other tech companies there?
To be honest, Joel, I really didn't get a chance to visit the other booths.
Okay,
From afar, I saw them. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really get a chance to check it out. It was just Chris and I, and I'm not trying to boast, but our booth was the spot to be at. People were really attracted by the auto tracking. Every time people saw themselves on the screen and then the camera would follow them, they'd come to our booth, and
yeah,
we were shorthanded. So it's Chris and I, and we were just to let you know, we just didn't have time to go look at the other booths.
They were just impressed by the Mr. Olympia level physique over here.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Stop. Hey, I did work out today. All right.
Hey, I was about to ask. That actually brought a question to my mind. Like, were you actually was there a gym at the hotel?
Yeah, there's a gym. Had a little gym session with our buddy Chris, and we were pushing some weight. Had to get hyped up for the show.
We were just talking about.
Had to get pumped up.
We were just talking about this the other week because when we had trade shows in Vegas, I guess it's different because they have gyms in their hotels, and you would think it's longer hours because it's Vegas and never sleeps, right? But their gym hours are it's like they make them
it's non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. They make them so people will not go to the gym and they'll spend their money elsewhere or go eat at the buffet or whatever, because we were just talking about that I think last time we were at the Vegas trade show, the hours were some funky hours.
I think that was a common complaint from Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See, I think that is where I got it from. And then since he's there, with you now in Atlanta, you guys got a real a real gym in a real hotel,
It's we had a gym. There's some treadmills there. There's some dumbbells, and it's actually really nice here in Georgia. I was able to go out for a little jog. Everything looks lush. Right now it's raining, but a couple of days ago it was nice and sunny. So, out here in Atlanta, it's a beautiful city, and everything looks really nice, and a lot of trees, and just everything is vibrant out here. So, I like the city.
Georgia is a beautiful state. It's an absolutely beautiful state.
Yeah.
Speaking of beautiful states, I think we all are going to some different states coming up here pretty soon. So, Flo, where are you going next week?
So, not next. Actually, we need to go. We are leaving. We have an early flight tomorrow morning, and we're headed to Chicago. So, that's Illinois. I'm like, wait, I didn't answer your question correctly. I'm giving you a city. Yeah, so we're going to Illinois.
What? All you got to know is Chicago. That means great pizza. So that's the only thing that matters, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be looking for some vegan pizza. Hopefully they have some out there. You said that they would, so
I have no doubt that they will.
Chicago,
I have no doubt that they will.
For deep dish? Is it deep dish pizzas?
Yes, sir. Deep dish pizza.
All right.
Yeah, Joel, where are we going?
Oh, so yes, it comes to our special announcement. So Flo, like he said, he will be at HIMSS, HIMSS, in Chicago, and this is a healthcare trade show event. Matt and myself will be in Viva Las Vegas in Nevada for the big broadcasting show there, NAB Show 2023. So our big announcement is we will live stream live directly from those two shows. Scheduling will be determined. We'll have that hammered out probably by the end of the end of the week, by tomorrow,
Yeah,
and we can
probably
start
by
sharing
tomorrow.
that. And then Matt, we can start sharing it on our social channels, up on LinkedIn and whatnot. But yes, so today our live stream was just in one place in Atlanta at the CLF show. Next week, you guys will get a double impact. At the, shout out Van Damme out there, all you Van Damme fans.
Who's Jean-Claude Van Damme? Oh yeah,
yes.
of course. Why would I be asking him to give you the full name of him?
Yes. I'm too young to know who that is.
Yeah, I think Matt's too young to know.
No,
well,
but jokes
Bloodsport,
aside,
right? You know Bloodsport, though, Matt.
I do know Bloodsport.
There you go. There you go.
It's a great movie, actually. But jokes aside, we will be coming at you guys live from mobile studios, which really just means from the booth. we'll be at the booth for both HIMS and NAB. We might have a little bit of assuming, fingers crossed, network problems aren't there. We will be trying to give you guys a little bit more of a show of not just our booth, but maybe bringing you along for the ride of showing you around NAB and HIMS, just to give you guys a little bit more of the showroom floor experience. But we really look forward to seeing you guys on the live stream. But more importantly, if you're a BZB gear fan, we would really, really love to see you in person. We have plenty of swag, tons and tons of swag to give away at the booths. So if you love our products, we've got some free stuff for you while you look around at some of our new cool products. And Flo, I don't know if we can give too much information away on this, but I believe we are showing off something really cool at HIMS.
Are we?
I think we are. Like I said, I don't think we can give too much information away on this yet, but if you are a medical professional, if you're going to be at HIMS, you're going to want to go by our booth, because there's going to be something really cool that we've been working on specifically for the healthcare market. So,
actually, that you bring it up, yes, we will be debuting this secret, at HIMS, the healthcare show. I guess we could tease it. I think we teased it already, but it is a medical grade PTZ camera. But we will debut it at HIMS because obviously it's a healthcare show and it's a medical camera. But we also will be debuting it at NAB show as well in Vegas. So either show, if you guys are in either of those towns, come by our booth and you will see a bunch of. We are debuting that, but we are also debuting a Commander Pro, our latest and greatest IP joystick controller, as well as our new 8K line of products. So HIMS, catch us at booth 4180, and at NAB show in Vegas, catch us at C5941.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the Chicago area, come out and visit us. Would love to meet some of you out there. And yeah, so secret that this new product you guys are talking about, I don't even know. So I guess we'll see. I really don't.
Well, more importantly, if you are in Chicago and you are a Chicago native, hook my boy Florante up with a good vegan pizza place. He's going to need it. He might need the help. And if you're a Chicago native, you already know what the good places to go are. So just save him a little bit of extra trouble.
Send it on. Put it on the chat. Put it on the
chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Joel, how are we going to determine this giveaway that we've been doing with the Easter egg hunt?
All right. So just put me on one last time. Can you show the legend just for people tuning in
indeed.
Towards the end of the show? They can have a chance to play last minute winners. So you have to look for BZB Gear branded or just our logo. So either of these 3 variations anywhere on my screen or Matt and Florante's screen. So yeah, so all right, zoom in on or put my studio full screen. Just let fans one more time just try to count and look at where BZB Gear is located throughout this shot. What we'll do is you can leave your comment, in the room. See what your number count is. Whoever gets the closest. If not, we can also get the count. We could take it off air. And then see who whoever has the first correct comment.
How about we do it this way? Whoever is the first to go ahead and send us a message on LinkedIn, or whoever leaves the first comment on our YouTube page, one of those
Vimeo.
two, or Vimeo, they can, if they're the correct one, I think they win it. So.
All right,
those will be the way that we'll do it.
That is good.
We do actually have one guess here. I counted 8. I'm confident in that number. I've never been more confident in my life, and I'm married. What do you think, Joel?
All right,
you think
that's
that's
a good
wrong?
guess.
You think that's right?
That's a good guess. I mean, I already see. Let's see. I see 1 on my shirt. 1 on Flo's shirt. Get up.
Where?
Oh.
Where do you see it? Where do you see it?
I saw it earlier. Did you change shirts already, Flo? You got a wardrobe. You got wardrobe over there on your live screen.
Well, I think we can definitely say there's 3 confidently.
So there's three for sure.
previews.
Yes, 3 for sure, and then the rest is somewhere on my background or my table. But yes, so. Whoever gets the first comment on that's a good idea, Matt. I mean, you could go and rewatch and actually pause the screen and zoom in if you like. But yes, whoever gives us the first correct number.
Yeah, I think we'll just do it. Whoever can contact us first, either through LinkedIn, Vimeo, or YouTube. Whoever gets those correct first will be the winner. We'll be monitoring those comments and our inbox pretty closely, and we will let you know if you were correct. If you don't hear back from us, I think it might be safe to assume that you were not the correct number or the winner. But we have been going on here for quite some time. We're coming up on 50 minutes. I think this is the longest live stream we've done, potentially. It's either this one or the one that we did with Audinate. But
that was a good show too.
That was a good show as well. But I know Flo needs to help Chris break some stuff down and get ready to get going.
No. Chris is fine. He's a very strong man, so he's got it. Yeah, he worked out.
He can be strong. Yeah, but I know you have a flight that you need to go catch at some point later tonight. So yeah, I think that just about does it for this stream. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys on the live stream next week. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Joel and the crew in person. Unfortunately, I'm not going to see Flo in person, but there's still room for that to happen later on this year.
Okay, you know what? For now, it will be the live stream. And yeah, we are going to so many more shows. So we'll see. Maybe I'll see you in person one of these days this year, man. We will see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. Keep an eye out on our social media tomorrow for an announcement on what time and what date that will be. But until next week, we will see you guys later.